Ngesa Maturu is a young career woman who finds it difficult to go shopping due to her busy schedule. She has turned to online shopping because of its convenience and access to a wide range of goods on one platform.
First thing is convenience. Second thing is delivery to my doorstep. And third thing is a broad area of items that I need that are on the sites that I shop on. And thirdly is value for my money, because most of the items online are slightly discounted than going to a physical shop.
Driving growth of web-based commerce in Kenya is increased internet usage, which is mainly driven by a high mobile penetration rate.
The first thing is we look at of course, internet penetration rates, which at the moment we are almost moving at 50% of the population. So we almost have 21 million people now accessing the internet. And the other thing we look at is what is it that is driving the internet access, which is mainly devices that people are using to access the internet are cheaper. The other thing that could be a barrier to e-commerce or a big driver of e-commerce is that payment solutions in Kenya are pretty good.
New entrants in the market are cashing in on Kenya's tech-savvy population to provide web-based solutions to satisfy consumer needs.
Kenya specifically seemed to be a very easy target just because Kenya is the technological hub of East Africa, for one. The two, people in Kenya are also very tech savvy, where they're used to browsing the internet on their mobile phones because of M-Pesa from Safaricom. So given these factors, also the middle class is really rising. It's a thriving economy. And we have major cities with dense populations. So all these different ingredients was a perfect reason to really launch into Kenya, hence it was the fourth venture.
Online retailers have experienced outstanding progress and are confident that the numbers will continue to rise.
If we just look at the numbers for the last 2 years that the brand has been in this country, absolutely, Kenyans are ready to embrace non-online classifiers like OLX, because I think the growth rate has actually surprised us. We've probably seen a growth rate above 500% per year of the number of people who are actually selling items. For us, that's the key number that we'll be interested in. Because at the end of the day, we know that people will still come to the site, but are people ready to sell things on the site? Are they comfortable doing it? So what we see is that the growth has been tremendous in the last 2 years. So yes, we think they are ready.
On a monthly basis, we see about 300,000 people that visit our website. And keep in mind, we just launched a little over a year ago. So this is, still, we're very proud of this. We've been realizing growth of about 20% month over month since our inception. And this number is obviously going to continue to grow and ramp up.
Further driving growth of e-commerce is the availability of online payment solutions and broadband penetration in the country.
From a technology point of view, we already have PayPal working with Equity Bank here. I&M Bank has been offering businesses the opportunity to sell online for years. And also KCB have a product, I think, through a company called Knightsbridge, which also allows you to e-commerce enable your website. So in terms of transaction and platforms that actually enable it, it's actually available.
The one thing that we've sorted out is probably broadband penetration. It's getting better. It's getting cheaper. We have more players in the market. The fiber optic cables that have been delivered in Mombasa have really helped. And also having more competition within the provision of data has actually helped.
But it hasn't been smooth sailing for online retailers.
One of the biggest challenges that we face in the Kenyan e-commerce market is just convincing people to actually go shop online. In the past, there's been quite a few amount of scams that have occurred, so people are not as trustworthy of the online market. So in order to overcome this challenge, what we've done is we provide our customers the option to pay cash on delivery. So we'll deliver the product, you take a look at it, and then you can pay the cash.
Consumers also have their own share of worries.
The first thing is finding a site you trust, because it's all about chancing. Starting with a site you've never ordered with before, you're not sure whether they'll deliver your item, especially when it comes to paying for your items beforehand. Then building that trust becomes a bit difficult, or when you have to use your credit card to shop and you're not very sure about the source or the company. So those are some of the challenges you face.
Nonetheless, experts in this space remain optimistic about the future of e-commerce in Kenya.
At the end of the day, if e-commerce is still less than 1%, the potential to grow is massive. And I think like all things, once upon a time in Kenya, there were less than 10,000 mobile phones. Today, there are over 40 million. I think the adoption and the uptake is going to be centered around the urbanized areas of the country first, and eventually go rural. But remember, from a point of view of what I'd call possibly informal e-commerce, people using technology like M-Pesa and so forth to transact, they're already doing that. The only difference is that they're not using a website, or they're not using a more structured platform to actually do it. And I think that's where the big shift is going.